if you guys remembered, I did a stream. It was not yesterday, the day before, and on it there was news that came out basically saying that Eddie Hearn is pushing for Derek Chisora versus Alexander Usyk to happen, I believe, in March, right? Well, this was reported as recently as 2 days ago. So basically, this was reported almost on the same day that they're also trying to get Alexander Usyk versus Joseph Parker to happen if AJ drops the WBO title. Remember, I already said I do believe he will end up dropping that WBO title, and I think it's possible that he's gonna end up dropping the IBF title possibly as well. Me personally, I see him holding on to the IBF title more so than the WBO title, just because I feel like it would make more sense to allow Usyk to fight someone like a Chisora or Joseph Parker for that title, get that title, and then have basically a clash between Usyk and Joshua, both of them as belt holders. Joshua versus Kubrat Pulev, fighting him makes more sense than maybe fighting. It makes more sense than him fighting Usyk as his mandatory, if that makes sense. Why? You're saying why? Well, either way, he's gonna fight Usyk. Well, you gotta understand, if you can promote the fight in the UK potentially as two belt holders, that's just gonna generate more money. It's gonna generate more pay-per-view buys. Excuse me, not pay-per-view buys for Sky Sports, and then also more subscriptions for the Zone. Rather than saying, hey, Joshua was fighting a mandatory in Usyk, who essentially hasn't really fought anyone in the heavyweight yet. Heavyweight division that anyone really kind of gives him respect for, even though Usyk has a decorated career in the cruiserweight division, right? So that's it, because we're going off of mainstream media and how mainstream is going to look at it. So essentially, that's how it's going to be looked at. It'll make a lot more sense if Usyk is able to fight someone like a Parker. I think if it's Eddie Hearn's decision, he would rather see Usyk versus Chisora, because Usyk has a better chance at beating Chisora than a Parker, and Usyk has a better chance at putting on just having a much better fight that people might either talk about more after it's done, make him more popular, or be more interested in against a Chisora rather than a Parker. But either way, I know Parker is trying to get that fight because he wants to get his hand either on a belt or he wants to get back that Joshua rematch. Excuse me. I think Parker versus Andy Ruiz too, though. I think that would be a good fight to make, but that would probably be hard with it being PBC Matchroom, so on and so forth. But let me go ahead and get back to the point of what I'm talking about. So that's essentially why I'm saying I see him dropping the WBO belt more so than the IBF belt, because Kubrat Pulev is a very winnable fight for AJ. So is Usyk, but you guys got to remember Usyk is under Eddie Hearn, so Eddie Hearn is looking at money when it comes to Usyk versus AJ. When he's looking at AJ versus Pulev, Pulev is signed with Top Rank, so for him, in that sense, he's not really looking for money. He's more so looking at, okay, Joshua, go ahead and get him out of the picture, so we can be back in control and we can make as much money possible within the family here, which Usyk is within that family. If you want to talk about just promotional team and how much money can be generated in comparison to fighting someone from a different promotional team, I'm not going to get into that, but I'm just specifically telling you why I think this. And there's still the possibility he might drop the IBF title, but I think Kubrat Pulev is a winnable fight for Joshua. I think that's a good fight for him to start off in 2020, so I don't see why he wouldn't take that fight. So yeah, so I just wanted to let you guys know that Alexander Usyk versus Joseph Parker, it is possible to happen just as much as Alexander Usyk versus Derek Chisora. They're double down on this, so apparently they're probably just trying to figure out some details, some small minor things to figure out if they want Joseph Parker or if they want Derek Chisora against Usyk. Usyk is definitely going to be there. Like that's a fact. It's just like they're trying to figure out who's going to fight, who is it going to be to fight him. So I want to know what you guys think, or how would you guys feel for Alexander Usyk versus Joseph Parker? How do you feel about Alexander Usyk versus Derek Chisora? Which one are you guys more interested in? Who would you rather see Usyk fight? Who do you think Usyk has a better chance up against? I want to know you guys' opinion on that one. I like both of the fights, honestly. If we're looking from a business aspect, Derek Chisora makes more sense. If you want to talk about straight, pure boxing, I want to see Usyk versus Parker, but let me know what you guys want to see, of course. And then the other boxing news I am going to give you guys is Ugas is back. He's pitted up against Mike Dallas Jr. on February 1st. So Ugas is coming off his last W. It looks like it's going to be on PBC Fight Night. FS1 PBC Fight Night, so free TV, Saturday, February 1st. So he's going to be back pretty soon, guys. How do you guys feel about that? Is he going to be headlining? Yeah, it's headlining the PBC Fight Night card. Let me see if I can give you guys maybe some anybody else who might be on this card. Doesn't say, so yeah. So yeah, that's the other fight news I wanted to go ahead and give you guys. Ugas is back. He's fighting Mike Dallas. He's February 1st in Biloxi. How you guys feel about that fight? You guys gonna be tuning on that. Once again, it's free TV. It's gonna be on Fox Sports 1, if I am correct. Yes. All right.
Yeah. I did it again. I did it again. I did it again. I did it again. I'm winning again. I'm winning again. I'm winning again. Yeah. I did it again. I did it again. I did it again. I'm winning again. I'm winning again. I'm winning again. These niggas be mad at me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, a nigga be mad at me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. These niggas be mad at me like yeah, yeah. Well, a nigga be mad at me. Yeah, why? I did it again. Did it again. I did it again. I did it again. I did it again. Well, I'm winning again. I'm winning again. I'm winning again. Yeah, I'm winning again. I did it again. I did it again. But these niggas be mad at me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, a nigga be mad at me. Whoa, whoa, whoa. These niggas be mad at me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, a nigga be mad at me. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I ain't split. Keep me so cool in my grip. Lately been dealing with shit. Niggas been talking that shit. I ain't been worrying no trip. I keep on worrying about winning. That's as soon I'ma quit. Rather I go all they live. Pick up my drill like I'm live. Once y'all see him, I'm quit. Once y'all see him, I'm dead. Soon like I'm up in the wood. No time to listen to live. I'm in the drill like I'm real. Pouring so I can sell. When they just want me go drill. Holding the game like a grill. Watch the whole game so twist. Niggas be mad at me shit. Yeah, niggas be mad at me shit. Yeah, yeah. Smoke like it ain't nothing. With my young nigga we working. I feel the way I've been grinding. I just been moving and shining. With my little big clothes I'm buying. Patient just waiting on timing. Money I know I'ma find it. Most of y'all niggas be lying. Yeah, new fit and I'm faded. Yeah, new bitch and I'm